Good morning. This is Stephen Jerome, and I'm going to continue reading from my third novel, The London Year. Terry is still talking a little bit about the process of working as Sebastian's first personal photographer. We worked as a team, but again, it always seemed to be a high wire act, teetering between professionalism and flirtation. Sometimes when he smiled at the camera, I felt his startling aqua eyes were aiming right through the lens and looking directly at me. Mini seductions as quick as a flash. Or maybe it was the nature of the job. Everyone was looking for a piece of him, but also hoping to be taken. Sebastian was never not in the power position. I had a task that kept me focused, but sometimes a look, a conspiratorial wink as we worked a room. Sometimes I just melted. That professional arm's length bent considerably when, at the end of the night, we were back in his XKE, literally shoulder to shoulder, as we flipped through a short stack of now fully developed images. We were both seeing them for the first time, and I was close enough to smell Sebastian's breath, his body scent, to study the contour of his trousers. I knew you had the knack for this, he told me at the end of that first night out. How he knew, I'll never know. But yes, it seemed I did. You have a knack for flattering people, he said. Indeed, among the good shots, I caught everyone's nice side. One night, according to Sebastian, I even outdid myself. I made a whole group of lawyers look compassionate. Turns out they were his lawyers, and Sebastian chuckled about it all the way back to Wandsworth Bridge Road, where he dropped me off at my flat. It became a personal challenge to never shoot more than 3 film packs, that's 30 frames, a night. I never carried more. This forced me to be selective. It also made the reviewing process quick work. Sebastian was a ruthless editor, shuffling through frames at lightning speed. He'd instantly tossed the least flattering shots between his legs onto the floor of the car. I'd never see them again. Out of a single night's work, there were always 4 or 5 shots that stuck out. Give those to Gracie, he said, which I did either later that night if she was still up or the following morning. She told me that Sebastian personally destroyed the outtakes with a hinged arm paper cutter, so no unflattering shots ever got out in print. The good magazines never ran unflattering photos, which was a comfort. But Murdoch's rags loved to get their hands on anything that tore people down. As for the rest of the image-making process, well, I had yet to learn how things worked behind the scenes. I hadn't been up to the office, didn't know yet I wouldn't get photo credit, and I hadn't met Dee. So my proximities to Sebastian Limited did not always come with information. For a socially gregarious guy, Sebastian played most things very close to the chest. At first I gleaned more by catching up with Gracie as I wondered who some of those no-name people were Sebastian seemed to favor. She claimed ignorance, and I had no reason to doubt her. We were both new to the scene. But then she became cagey and uncharacteristically tight-lipped. She was learning more than she was telling, and with that came a distancing from me, Finn, and Tess, whom she was losing quicker than any of us. Tess and I saw each other as much as we could, considering her own sometimes erratic schedule as a social worker in training. But no matter where, over lunch in Knightsbridge or at her new flat in Notting Hill Gate, Sebastian's name always came up. Hear those birds again? I love it. When my photos started appearing in magazines, she began to feel excluded. I recognized that it was hard to compete with the face. So I tried to cast my experience in a light she'd understand. We, Sebastian and I, were doing our own kind of social work, I said. It was our job to party for all those sorry sods who would never be on a guest list or hang out with the in crowd. See? We were doing it for them. Tess just laughed at my strained reach for parity. Okay, I'm going to stop there. And we'll continue with part 64 tomorrow. Thank you very much for following along.